welcome to our home on wheels. To do a bit of a caravan tour, and although I've got the two girls with me today, I'm going to do my best to film it and try not to get too many distractions in there. This beautiful caravan is our Wildtrail El Questro 22.6 foot caravan. We had our home custom built by the fabulous team at Wildtrail in Victoria. This caravan features some pretty special things like the double bunk beds, an open ensuite, and of course the dishwasher. It took around 8 weeks for the Wildtrail team to complete our caravan build, and we have been obsessed with it ever since. Everything feels really sturdy and strong, and you can tell that they care about the attention of detail. But let's hop right to it, get to this caravan tour before the kids need me. So just over this way is our bedroom. So we went with a queen size mattress and we added a mattress topper as well, just to make it extra comfortable, and we love our bed. We have a great night's sleep in here, definitely no complaints. We decided to have our bed pushed aside during our build because we prefer it be pushed aside so that we have the extra space in this area. It allows us to have some more space for getting dressed in the morning, and also down here we are able to store we're able to store some of Callie's toys as well, so she can play down here, which is an added bonus. This is where we store our jackets, and then this is where we store a lot of Callie's like nappies and wipes and creams and a lot of the things that they like to play with often, so like their little leap pad, some colouring and Play-Doh and things like that. A drawer here which we store laptops and chargers and things like that that we don't want the girls playing with. Down in this hidey hole, Callie's high chair, a yoga mat, and down the very end is a Thermomix travel bag. So when we're travelling we'll store the Thermomix, smart oven, high chair and the yoga mat. Pretty much anything else that we need to store to make it safely while travelling. Our bed actually isn't on struts, so we can't lift it, but to access it, you can also access this hole on the outside of the caravan, but the reason it can't be on the struts is because it would hit the window when you lift it. But honestly, we haven't really stored anything under there that we need to access constantly except the vacuum, but we can access that really easily down there. Another little addition to our bedroom is the fans that we've added in. Great little 12-volt fans. We've added 4 of these in the caravan, so 2 are here and then 2 are in the girls' bedrooms. Next up we've got the kitchen, and I just love this space because I spend most of my time here, honestly. The kitchen bench is so big that I can keep some appliances up on the bench at all times, which is really good. So it means my Thermomix doesn't have to be packed away every time I use it. So it just lives up there while we're stationary every week. So does the kettle. I just chuck the toaster up here when it's not in use. And then we've got all of our tea and sugar and stuff up there as well. Next up we've got the microwave, and I use that a lot as well, so it's really handy. You'll notice throughout the caravan we've got all of these random lights covered up so that when we're sleeping we don't get blasted by any light. And then we've got a really big cupboard up here, which is where I store our induction cooktop, our saucepans, pots, chopping boards, and some of Callie's formula and stuff. That's also where our internet modem is always plugged into. We went with the timber look bench top because we love that it matches throughout the whole caravan. And then we went with the gold sink and tapware, which we love. I'm a huge fan of rose gold, and when we built our bus I made sure that all the tapware and all the handles and everything was rose gold because I was obsessed, but I wanted to go with the gold look this time because I thought it would match really well, and I'm obsessed with the look, so I'm really glad we went with the gold. It's got a really nice big sink, which is great too. Now this is one of my favourite things that we did to the caravan. We added in a dishwasher. When we lived in the J-Co for 4 months, the kitchen was so small you didn't even have any space to really put any of your washing up. So the fact that we don't even have to wash up in the first place, just chuck it in here. So this stuff needs washing, it's all dirty. I just store it in there until we fill it up, and then I wash it once or twice a day. Honestly, best thing we've added to the caravan for sure. Under the dishwasher we've got our storage for things like bowls and Glad wrap and all of that boring stuff that you still need to use a lot. Under the sink we've got the bin. I want to set up like a little automatic like pull-out bin one day, but I haven't really gotten to that, so it's just a tiny little bin for now. We fit a lot of stuff down there actually, it's really quite big. And then we've got all of our drawers. So that's pretty typical in there. There's lots and lots of drawer space. We definitely don't need any more storage for our caravan because we have some places that are actually empty. Really, really great storage space. Opposite the kitchen, we've got the fridge and freezer. Again, lots of space. I shop weekly and I can fit all of my stuff in the fridge and freezer at all times. What are you doing, Kelly? So definitely love my fridge and freezer. And then in the corner over here, we've got our pantry. Originally, it was one of those little pull-out ones, but we got rid of that pretty quickly. It was a really big waste of space and I didn't like it at all. I could barely ever pull anything out to actually get in there. So we swapped it over for a few shelves instead. I can fit so much more in there and I can see what I've got as well. So I really love the change we made there. Under the fridge is where the water pump is. We just store a towel and some rags in there as well. Above me is the aircon unit and we pretty much live with this thing on. We use it a lot for the cooling in the day and then heating at night. It's tricky with the girls being different ages and in different sleep sacks. We just try and set our temperature at a base. That way we know what they're wearing and how they're going to sleep. Honestly, if it's too hot or too cold, they don't really sleep. It's a perk for us too because we love sleeping with the aircon or heater on. So behind the kitchen we've got our living and dining room. We've got this huge table that we can use for eating our meals and also obviously colouring and drawing and all the fun things that the girls like to do with their little activities. In the original plan for this caravan, the L-shaped lounge is actually flipped so the L comes out this way, but I didn't like that it would block off the hallway, so I flipped it and made sure that the end of the lounge would go that way. I really love that because then we've got open space here to come in and out, a bit squishy sometimes, and I just think it opens up the whole hallway as well when we've done it like that. So the table can be moved as well. We can pull it out and twist it around. Honestly, we just usually just move it sideways. The table can also be pushed down. We've got a little added foam piece that matches the couch that you can add in to make it an extra bed. We actually kept that piece of the cushion back at the farm at home. We're never really planning on using that, but it's a great little spot to have someone come and stay if they want to. So we went with the light couch, even though I was a bit afraid of what the girls would do to it over time with the food and everything. So far we've done really well with the couch. It's only got a couple of water stains on it from dropping the water bottles and stuff. As for food, we've not really gotten any food stains on it. What I do to make sure it's a bit more safe is I scotch guard it every 3 or so months, just to give it a little bit more protection from things that can go wrong, like the blackberries we eat every morning. Under the lounge we keep all of our grocery bags and our raincoats, hiking boots and stuff like that, extra shoes. Above the lounge we've got a lot of storage up here. This is the girls' crafting and toy cupboard. A lot of Mila's stickers and books and stuff go up there. This one we've got a lot of electronics, so the camera and the mic and tripod and all those things are up there. And then over here we've got all the battery system and all the fuses and stuff, and then we store some tissues. So with our floor we went with the light timber look as well. It actually does a really good job to match in with the timber bench tops and table and everything. I think the colours in this caravan are so nice and I'm really, really glad that we went with the white and timber look. It just makes everything feel brighter and lighter and bigger. I really love the locks that we've got as well. So they're just a quick push lock system. Really easy to use and really easy to remember when they're not closed, and they're really easy to replace if you do have to. So throughout the caravan we have these leather pockets and I love them because they're so good. At the front door you can keep your glasses. We've also got like special documents up in the one above the door, and then every time we go to a campsite we just put in the little paper that gives us our gate code and stuff so we don't forget. And then over this side we've got our little switch panel, so it tells us how full our water tanks and batteries are, but we cover it up because we never need to know that because we're always connected to water and power, and it produces a really bright light at night time which shines directly into our eyeballs. So I've covered it up. Here we have the bottom bunk. We use this one as Mila's bed. She stores all of her favourite little plush toys down the end. She's got a little fan that she can use. We've added this trendy little chopping board so that she doesn't fall out of bed, and honestly it works and she's never fallen out of bed yet. We have to use this little step stool for her to be able to get up into her bed. She's also got a little book pocket at the front of her bed so she can use that for some books. I think we made Mila's bedroom look really cozy for her and she really loves it. There's been no problems moving her into her own little bedroom in here. So we've got the double bunk and there's a little ladder here that you can use when you've got older kids to get up. So top bunk was made up for Callie. We decided to do it this way just so Mila can access her bed whenever she wants, because she likes to have some quiet time sometimes, and Callie never really wants to get in her bed unless she's sleeping. To make it safe for Callie, we added this little mesh wall screen. Clicks into place and it's definitely stable enough for her until she's a little bit older. The reason we've blacked out Callie's window is because she was using the blinds opening and shutting them and she's starting to rip them. So we put the board up there and taped around it to stop her from doing that, and it also blacks it out, so that's a bonus too. So these cupboards are for Mila and Callie. The top one's Callie's cupboard, the middle one is Mila's clothes, The bottom one is where our washing machine was and where a washing machine would usually go. We took it out and plumbed it up so that it couldn't be used, just to have a little bit more toy space. So we've used this one as the girls' toy area. Definitely needs some organising to do in there. Next up, we've got our bathroom. We've got 4 hanging spaces for our towels, which are great. They'd be a lot easier to dry if you've got proper caravanning towels, but I love these soft, beautiful towels. All our towels is a classic Dometic toilet for a caravan. And then we've got our laundry basket and the toddler toilet seat hidden back there. Above the toilet, we've got a little fan so you can blow and suck. That helps us to air out the towels too. And then in here, we have our beautiful shower, the gold hardware. I love it so much in here that I never want to use the caravan park showers. Yes, we do run out of hot water in about 4 minutes. That's a long enough shower for me. We've got plenty of storage up above, so that's where all our towels and cloths go. Some extra toilet paper and soap. And then below the sink, we've got this massive cupboard. Tom's stuff, my stuff, all of Mila's fantastic headbands and everything. Washing liquid and all the extra essentials that you need. Mila, what do you think about living in a caravan?
Good.
What do you like about living in a caravan?
I love my toy cupboard.
Her toy cupboard. Do you think it's pretty special that you live in a caravan?
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Callie? Are you eating Kiwi Corn's horn? Why? You'd think that we'd get a bit over living in such a small space, but honestly, I love, love, love this lifestyle. And I wouldn't trade it for anything else, even when the girls are being a bit cheeky. But we have a lot of fun living this way. We rarely spend much time in the caravan anyway. The times that we'll be in the caravan will be waking up and breakfast, and then lunchtime while Callie naps, and then bedtime. You can probably tell that we don't have a door on our bathroom. Technically, we've got the concertina door that we can use to shut off the girls when they're sleeping. Apart from that, we don't have a door here to block the bathroom itself. I chose not to. The girls are so young that I don't feel the need to do that right now. And it's not like you need to block yourself from other people looking in. You just shut all your blinds up and no one can see anyway. The bonus of not having an ensuite door is that you open the space up so much. When we were looking at the caravans in the showroom, we looked at one with the ensuite door and it felt so much squishier and you kind of had to squeeze your way through. So definitely love the no ensuite door. Girls being funny. Each to their own. Some people might not like the fact that the toilet leads into the kids' bedroom, but we don't mind. Can't smell the toilet ever and we just keep it clean.
I'll do a different thing.
You want to do something else? Okay. Let's take this tour outside and check out the annex. We got our annex from Extend Outdoors on the Sunshine Coast. They came out, measured up our caravan, gave us the quote, and then went back and handmade the annex to size for the caravan, which is really, really cool. It means it's going to fit really perfectly. The reason we went with an annex is because Tom works on his business a couple hours a day, so he needs a reliable workspace. So the annex is really good for that. It doesn't rain or it doesn't get windy. Another reason that we love the annex is because it keeps Callie trapped inside. So we don't really like it when the annex is all zipped up and blacked out. It's a bit claustrophobic. So we like to unzip the zips down to like a fence level. So we've got the beautiful views coming in, but Callie can't escape out. And we just got the classic, pretty obvious stuff. All the tools and stuff live in the toolbox. 2 gas bottles on the front. We put our hoses and cables and stuff in there. This is a huge tunnel boot that is full of stuff. That's actually a huge aircon unit that we use if it's really hot in the annex for Tom. The annex is stored in the other side of the tunnel boot. So that's where the annex goes when we're traveling. Back in 2019, Tom and I actually bought a old Nissan Civilian bus and we converted it into a little tiny home on wheels. When we were building that bus, we made sure to have so much water, so much power so that we could live off grid for as long as we wanted at a time. We decided in this build that we'd just do it so that it was pretty basic. So honestly, I couldn't even tell you what we've got in this caravan. All I can tell you is that we've got a little bit of solar, 1 battery, 2 water tanks, and no waste tank. So basically we were planning on not ever going off grid in this thing, and we haven't so far, and we've been living it for almost a year. You can do an overnighter if you have to, but we just choose not to. We're always in caravan parks. We've always got water and power connected, so we don't have to worry about the power. So if you're here for this van tour, it's definitely based on like living at a caravan park, because that's what we do. I feel so lucky to be able to live this way with my little family, and we are so happy with our little home that can be packed up and moved on to new locations every week. Having Tom around so much and watching the girls grow as we explore the world makes my heart so happy.